Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. There'll be a bit of that other forms of rock music today, as it's day 24 for the series we're running for the month of September called the 30 Bands I Have Yet to Follow. So the band we're doing today, well, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, basically what this is about, for those of you who are new and have not yet seen an episode, is I've chosen 30 bands that I like, that I've thought about getting into, that I've actually gone and looked at albums and almost decided to buy them. But for whatever reason, in some cases, I actually bought a couple of these albums. In a few cases, I've got more than two or three. But I'm still not really following the band. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to them regularly, and I don't really follow them. I don't know much about them or their band or their album. So I am familiar, but not greatly familiar. So the band we're doing today is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Or we could just do Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It would be the same outcome. I like the bands. Both of them. I like the music they've produced. I've heard lots of stuff by them I do like. I don't own any albums by them. And I've been somewhat ambiguous towards them. I like them enough to listen to what I hear, but not enough to really follow. And maybe that ultimately is where this band will end up. Maybe there'll be a band that I might have a greatest hits of and may listen to them once in a while, or maybe I might listen to something if I'm doing a particular video on something that requires me to do it. I might. Hard to say. But part of the reason for doing this series is to get myself to focus a little bit more on some of these bands with the hope that maybe two or three or maybe even as many as 5 or 6 of them might become regular bands for me. So that would be a big plus for me. And also I'm hoping another factor in this is that some of these bands may become of interest to you, or maybe it'll make you think about some of those bands that you've wanted to follow, but you haven't followed because you've gone to the store and decided to buy an album by a band you knew and were more familiar with, or that you own stuff from before, or a favorite band of yours, and you bypassed one of these bands because you said, yeah, their album's $10 or $15 or $30 or whatever it is, and this album is 25 or 30, and I like these guys, I know for sure. We tend to stick with what we know, right, as opposed to what we don't. So I'm hoping that this will make you think a little bit more about those bands and what you might be missing out on, what I might be missing out on. So it's a combination of both of us are missing out here somehow. So that's why I'm doing this series. I think it's an interesting series to do, and one that forces me to listen to these things that I don't regularly do. So yeah, with CSNY, I do like quite a bit of their stuff. Lots of songs I've listened to. A lot of them I don't even know by name, but I have listened to them. The biggest thing about this band that I like, and the thing that's drawn me in and why they're here today, is their harmonies. I think they have excellent harmonies, and they tend to have a bit of a folky sound to their music, a folky rock sound, which is a very appealing genre for me. I do like a lot of that folky stuff, like Paul Simon and Neil Young. These are all people that I like quite a bit, so as it stands to reason that these guys are within that range, and will almost certainly be a band that I want to listen to more. And that's evident in that I went back and I now have the entire Buffalo Springfield collection because I liked Neil Young and decided to explore his early history in rock music, and discovered I really like this band a lot. And in consequences of doing that, I also discovered I like the Byrds too, and there's a few other bands that have showed me a little bit of interest. I've showed a little bit of interest in of late. So this is CSNY. I actually had them on my as a band that I ranked as one of my 100 favorite bands, but in retrospect, I really didn't follow them enough to put them in that. And I was starting to think that they're probably not going to stay up there, but they have managed to hold on, and now I'm getting a little more interest in them, so I wanted to continue with that interest by including them in this series. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of take on Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I hope that this will make you think a little bit more about their music as well, and whether this is something you are into or you just completely don't like anything they do, that's fine as well. Anyways, please hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss tomorrow's episode. And don't forget your comments on the band or anything I've said. You can put that in the comment section below, and we will see you we'll see you tomorrow on 30 bands I have yet to follow. This series we're running for the month of September. So take care and have yourself a great day. Bye.